Hello, there we go. How are you?
Hello, Tricia.
Hi.
I'm good. I'm fine. How are you?
Good afternoon. So we'll wait
Good
a couple
afternoon.
minutes till people get on, and
Sure.
but it's good to hear your voice.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. It's good to hear you too. Thanks for inviting me.
oh, of course,
Thank you.
of course, yes.
Uh,
Well,
and
I mean, I was thinking, there's people that I would always connect with when I would get together at a trade show, and this is where I was really missing, especially after Kingpin's 24 last week. And I would always look forward to catching up with you when we are together at different shows.
yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
good.
And I'm super excited, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm super excited. Yeah.
good.
It's really good to be connected in that
I
way.
know.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Even in
I
that way.
you do feel, you get tired of all the Zoom conferences all day long, and I much prefer being in an office and having the chance to connect with people. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Great. So we'll wait another minute until more
Sure.
people get on. And how is the weather in Turkey?
It is perfect. It
Yeah.
is it is definitely perfect. Yeah, now we
Oh,
have
good.
spring. Yeah.
Yes.
It's very good. We're we're enjoying the sun, although we're at home. We're
Yeah.
trying to enjoy the sun from our homes for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still go out for walks, right?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We can. Of course, we have some limitations. We can't go out for weekends, and we have some limitations for some ages. We have totally lockdown for over 65 and below 20.
Oh,
Apart
okay.
from that, yeah, we are able to walk. We are able to go out and able to walk through.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what I find is so hard when you're stuck inside the whole day. So,
Definitely.
and like in Italy, they had regulations where they couldn't go more than 200 feet, I think it was, from their homes. So, yeah. But anyway, so we'll get started now. I see that more people have
Sure.
popped on, and it's great. Like we were saying, it's
Hi
it's
to
wonderful to
everyone.
connect. Yes,
Yeah,
hello,
definitely. Hello.
and to have the chance to find out what's happening for you, what's happening in Turkey, and what's happening at Orta, and where you see some of the changes. But so first of all, why don't you mention, Zennure, then where are you physically in Turkey, and
Hmm.
what's happening, your family, everyone's safe?
Yeah, sure, sure. First of all, of course, I'm at home, self-isolated, healthy and safe.
Yeah.
Before around 2 weeks, actually, I was going to work, going to office for 1, 2 days, not for the whole week, 1, 2 days. And then, of course, with my mask and gloves. But last 2 weeks, I'm totally at home. But the thing is, I have already missed to touch the new developments, to touch the
Yeah.
new fabrics. It is sad, but nothing to do.
Right.
I'm in Istanbul. I'm away from my family. They are in different cities, so it's a kind of hard to be alone during that time.
Right.
Yeah. At the beginning of the lockdown, actually, the weather was also so sad, so dark, so depressive. At least now we have the sun outside. At least we have spring ahead. But unfortunately, it's very sad not to go out. I cannot touch the flowers. I
Yeah.
really miss to be outside. I really wish to enjoy the warm weather outside.
Right.
And definitely, I really want to run towards to the sea, to the beach, and then I really want to step on the sand. That's
Yeah.
why I really miss that. And when I go out, I definitely want to hug the trees. I need, I love, or I don't know, I miss already the nature breaks. It is
Right.
very hard. It is very sad. And the thing is, working from home, although I'm at home, working from home, it's a kind of quite interesting experience for me. Uh, because in my normal days, I was traveling without exaggeration around 50 weeks during the year. Without
Wow.
exaggeration, I
Wow.
was traveling almost every week. of course,
Yeah.
together with both the domestic and the international travels. I was traveling all the weeks.
Yeah.
And then I had my luggage was always ready. I doubled from everything, one in the luggage all the time, just clean and change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now when I check that I don't have any ready luggage because I don't have any travel plans. By the way, while I'm saying that in my normal days, I know that it wasn't normal at all. I'm saying it with irony
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
much travel is not also good.
Right.
The other irony is during those days, I was wishing to stay at home more, wishing to spend more time at home, but of
Right.
course not in that way because it's something unacceptable or unpredictable. So now we are at home. Actually, we are working digitally hard, as you all know. But during that time, at least I'm trying to enjoy the digital meetings, the digital happy hours with my
Yes.
friends.
Yeah.
During that time, at least we
Right.
have that chance, thanks to
Yeah.
technology. And then also we are giving some air hugs, some virtual hugs through our cameras, through
Yeah.
our webcams. This is the only thing that we can do right now. But on the other hand, I'm feeling that myself, we are lucky. We are lucky that at least we can stay at home. This is
Right.
something also this is something valuable also.
Well, this is it. You start to appreciate, one, if you're healthy and your family's healthy, you
Definitely.
know, if you have access, you know, to again, being at home isn't as bad as other alternatives. But I didn't realize you traveled that much. So this
Yeah,
is really a big switch for you. So when you first
definitely.
started canceling your trips, was that really hard for you? Um,
Yeah, actually, at the beginning, it's really hard to switch your business. It's really hard to switch how to do your business. It's very
yeah.
hard, but after that, we are getting used to that. The thing is, other interesting thing is when I'm checking my schedule, when I'm checking my calendar, there is no exhibition, there is no fair, or there is no
Yes.
travel for the customer meetings. So this is
Right.
very interesting also. And then during those days, if someone asked me that let's meet for the new projects, I was saying that, oh, my calendar is
Yeah.
almost full till June. Let's meet after June for the new projects. But now
Right.
I can say to everyone that we can meet tomorrow. Of course, we will be meeting in digitally, but doesn't matter. At least we can meet
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. So would you say you're working more now than you did before?
Yeah, kind of. I'm working digitally more, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, during those days, I was traveling a lot. I was having lots of meetings, but the real ones, not the virtual ones. Now, the thing is, our work hours has shifted, but we know when we start, but really, I don't know when I close my computer. Really, I'm definitely working like all day. And
Yeah.
then it's not only me, I know, because we are trying to shift all the ways like we are trying to do right now. It's also hard to communicate in that way instead of having the real conversations. Maybe that's why, I don't know. So it seems that, yeah, we are working
I
harder
feel
than
that.
that, but
Yeah, and people I've talked to too say that, and I feel the same way. And plus, there's a blur, you know, between what's a weekday and what's a weekend. And even I've found, you know, how do you end your working day, and even when it begins.
definitely.
So it is. I do feel, and many other people have said that too, that they feel they're actually working more. And also, it's this uncertainty that we're in right now. Is
Definitely.
we had been used to, okay, here was our routine of, we would go, if it's Kingpins Amsterdam or whatever, we'd meet our customers there, and like now all of that's out the window. And then how do you adjust? So I do see it, people working more. Yeah. So, and so tell us, last week was Kingpins 24. What was your thoughts about that? I mean, you had your presentation on Here for Good from
Yeah,
Orta, which was wonderful.
thank you.
What's some of your feedback?
First of all, it was also a kind of new experience for everyone.
Yeah.
It's a kind of challenging before preparing. Preparing part is also a kind of challenging. It was fun, but it was something new for us. Without fabrics, without washes, without garments, it was a kind of hard. It was a kind of challenging. But at the end of the day, first of all, I really want to send my big thanks to all Kingpin's team. It was really hard to make this kind of fast adaptation. This was the good example, the perfect example of the first adaptation and the well-performed one. So I really thank to all team because they created an ecosystem, they created a platform. They provide us to digital reunion for the industry. So it was very valuable. And then I think that I really enjoy the show. The first time I had chance to spend more time with the presentations, to learn about the insights of the industry, because otherwise, you know, we were always running during the fairs, arranging the booths, etc. It was very challenging, or it was very rush in those days. So it's a kind of new experience. And we launch our Here for Good collection, as you said. In here also, Here for Good represents our vision to embrace the new way of the new eco-modern technologies, together with long-lasting and durability aspects. We really care about it. Durability in both ways, in both physically and emotionally. That's why we want to call our collection Here for Good. And in here, good represents many things, actually. It can be good fabric, good product, good relation, and the most important thing is good communication. Because during that time, we learned that the communication is one of the most important things, not only for our industry, for our life too.
Yes. Yeah, no, for sure. And I agree. I think what Kingpin's put together in such a short period of time, you know, from a technology standpoint, it was very easy. And I think we also had fun putting the presentation together. It was something great for us to do. You know, we had to do this the beginning of April. I think many people thought that we were live in what we were doing during the day, even though it was already filmed. You know, I think overall it was really a good chance for us to connect. And I agree with you. So many times I'm at Kingpin's or at other shows and I don't have a chance to go around and see. So this really allows, and for anyone who's listening, the videos are still online until May 8th. So you can log on and see Here for Good. And you know, take a look at any of the other presentations, because there was also a very nice interview that Andrew had with Sadef. I thought that was very nice.
Definitely.
And there was also a lot of personal touches. So those side conversations, I think, made it you know, more than just here's a video, here's another presentation. And I really liked those talking about the issues that we have in the denim industry. That part I really liked too.
That's why I was saying that it was really well performed one. And in that quick time. So it was really well done.
Yeah. And then on Friday you had Transformers Ed, which you participated in too. So how was that?
We didn't participate, actually. We
weren't
you didn't
participate in this? Oh, sorry, I was with the Ravensbourne.
And the thing is, we have our virtual team meeting in that day that we have already planned before with the team all over the world, with both domestic and international team. We had our own internal team meeting, actually, to go over more with the collection and the current situation, etc.
Okay, but you participated in the Ravensbourne event. Yes. And tell us more about that and what you liked working with the students at Ravensbourne.
We spent one full day at Ravensbourne, and it was really interesting, and it was very inspiring day for me, especially. I always love to work with the students, love to work with the new creative ideas, and then the way how they act our fabrics, to convert our fabrics to new narratives, to new stories. to new lifestyles, it is very exciting actually. We've seen lots of crazy, lots of creative stuffs, and the way how they present with the whole story, with the business plan actually was also very much appreciated. They haven't just present the pieces, they haven't just make the styles, etc., but they make the whole business plan. That was also valuable. And I was very happy. Hope we will be meeting in the next ones. So I had a really full day of great experience during Ravensbourne.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's so challenging for the next generation coming into not only the denim industry, but just in general, you know, right now, there's so many changes that will be happening, but it's wonderful that you're able to also support this educational element that's needed
Of
for
course,
the industry.
anytime.
Yeah, yeah. So tell us more about Orta. What are you working on in this in between? How are you servicing customers? What's
Yeah,
going on?
sure. We decided to close our factory at the end of March. And then at the beginning, we decided to close the factory for 2 weeks for the first time. Then we were analyzing the situation. We were in communication, in daily and weekly communication with our customers. Then we decided to extend this closure. But the thing is, now we are planning to come back at 4th of May. But we'll see, because as I told you, we are still in communication, in daily communication, because during that time we don't want to be in rush. We are just trying to catching for the right time, especially for the safe and healthy for our customers. So we are still in discussions, and during that time, actually, before the closure, we had taken all the necessary precautions for both our employees in both Kayseri and in Istanbul. We had the travel bans like the end of February and or the beginning of March. We had the travel bans for both domestic and international, and we weren't accepting any visitors. During that time we switched all our meetings to online site, to digital site, and then during that part, as I told you, we are in daily communication with our customers. We haven't received many big cancellations from the customers. Just we have some suspended orders because the customers are also not sure about the shipments. But we keep going about the communication. And as I told you, during that time, we learned that the communication is important, is more than important than everything. And as we discussed last week, we have announced our Here for Good collection, and we are excited about the collection. Hopefully, after we go back to work safely, we will be curious about, or also we are really excited about to having customer meetings, of course, the digital meetings.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, well, no, that's great. And again, you know, it's all about worker safety. I think that's so important. And the companies who, you know, put their teams first, you know, people before product is really key right now. It is very interesting to see how each company is reacting. So you're going back May 4th. And what do you think, when will you really start traveling? What sense do you have in Turkey?
Actually, I have no idea. In Turkey, still the borders are closed. Just I can give a good news that the numbers are decreasing in Turkey.
Right.
Yeah, at the moment, so we are starting to carry more hope about the situation. But we still have more than 100,000 cases, and almost 70 of them in Istanbul. So Istanbul is very critical part. It is very critical. So now with the decreasing numbers, we are carrying hope. But we have May ahead, so we need to wait for the May and then we need to keep with the precautions for a little bit more. Our domestic travels are also banned. We are not allowed to go any other cities. And then most probably borders will be closed for a while more.
Okay.
As I told you, the May is critical, and now we have a kind of partial lockdown. We cannot go out during the weekend, and for the national holidays, they are combining the national holidays with the weekend, so we cannot go out during this time. And then, as the government announced, they will be planning to continue with the lockdowns till the end of May. There is a kind of different how can I say, improvements that the government has created a tracking app, tracking program. Yeah,
Okay.
it is called Life Fits Home. So with that app, they are trying to control, they are trying to track the positive cases and their families. So hope it will work, and then we will continue with decreasing numbers. But the most important thing is, I hope there will be no second wave or no next wave for next waves for any country. So I think this is the most crucial part. So at the moment, I cannot think about the next travel.
Yeah,
I really don't know when.
I'm also anxious to get back. And in New York City, our next deadline is May 15th. So we are out at least until May 15th. And we'll see from there. But again, you know, good news that at least the cases in New York were decreasing, but still it's been so heavily hit. And then we have different stages as well. Some states in the United States have started to open, and you know, they'll see. But again, you know, you hate to reopen too soon and then risk having to close again. So this is what we'll all see. But tell us more about some of the new projects. What do you think will change after? What do you think you'll be working on as far as designing in new fabrics and marketing?
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to catch many stuff. I'm trying to read all of the researchers. At the beginning of 2020, the industry players, the industry leaders were not positive, as we know. It was before the pandemic, but they had some kind of pessimistic ideas about the industry due to the overconsumption and the losing value of the products. So definitely we will be all focusing on that. We don't want to support overconsumption. We don't want to produce the products for the landfill. So we really want to produce the necessary amount with a good quality. So I think that customers will be appreciating more with quality and more durable products with long-lasting attitudes. And also together with this, customers and the consumers will be expecting more functional additions from the fabrics, from the products, as I see during the industrial needs. They will need for the protection. They will need for the protection with their clothes also. They will be asking for it. They will be demanding for it. They will be asking. They are already asking. Actually, they are already asking antibacterial, antimicrobial, relaxing pieces, or anti-anxiety pieces. They are already asking for it, and then they will be asking.
Oh, that's different. I haven't heard of that as much. Yes, okay.
And then that's why actually last season we created our CBD infused fabrics together with these anti-anxiety conscious. There are lots of demands that are already coming from the customers right now. But when you look at the industry, of course, there are many parts that we need to analyze. First of all, the researchers are talking about the survival instinct. What is it? First of all, the companies, the brands, most probably need to focus on their core business, need to focus on to stabilize their markets, their core businesses, instead of searching for the new markets or new opportunities. This is in the company side, but for the people side, people are people are conscious about their health and then their economic situation at the same time.
Right.
So I've seen lots of pictures that some of the luxury brands were covering their displays with the big wooden parts in order to prevent the spoil, and then people were protesting by writing on that wooden parts that we need food, not your luxury bags.
Yes,
so
yes.
this is a great example for survival instincts.
Right.
And on the other hand, we know that consumers and their expectations were already shifting, and then we'll be seeing more shifts with the consumer expectations and their attitudes. Of course, digital promotion will be more important. During that time, we all experience that. Thanks to the digital channels, thanks to technology, we can continue to entertain, we can continue to shop, or we can continue to communicate. So it's a kind of another important thing. And then there is a kind of interesting saying that according to the research, like Business of Fashion, like McKinsey reports, fashion will be face a kind of shakeout. They are calling it like Darwinian shakeout. What is it actually? This means that during that time, we have already some brands, some companies that they were already struggling before the pandemic. And then this pandemic will be shaking them more. That's why they are calling it Darwinian shakeout. And then after that, maybe the weak ones the pandemic will weaken the weak ones and then strengthen the strong ones. Maybe after that, that's why we will be seeing more mergers and acquisition to survive in order to stand. And on the other hand, the supply chain part is very important. That's why also we are talking that companies, factories are more focusing on the inshoring instead of offshoring, because they think that inshoring supplies will have the more flexibility, because during that time and also after the pandemic, customers will be looking for flexibility and the agile systems.
Right.
On the other hand, the other discussion is about the offline stores. We see that, and then we will be seeing that consumers, customers don't want to, or I don't know, maybe they have they don't want to enter to the offline stores, or it will take more time than we expected. At the moment, maybe companies needs to evaluate their brick and mortar stores and services. And I think that it is the right time to make a pivot of giving service. Maybe we need to think about it.
Right.
We need to be both flexible and agile for our customers. And at the moment, I'm thinking that the ones who can discover or who can analyze well the gaps or the bugs in the system, I think they will recover faster, and then they will be the survival.
Yes. Yes, I mean, I think there's so many changes that, you know, what we will see in the market and consumers' needs, definitely consolidation of businesses. Many, I think, were already shaky before we went into these times. And for the direct-to-consumer brands, which had been already growing, this is a great opportunity for them to really expand their business because of digital really being the way. There was a report I read the other day about, you know, what will stores look like when they reopen? Will they only allow a certain number of people into the stores? What will happen to dressing rooms? What about return policies? All of this that, you know, we still have to figure out as we reopen. So, you know, you bring up a lot of good points. But, you know, out of this whole time of this change, I mean, what do you see in having this chance where you're not traveling, you know, chance to kind of reflect a little bit more on the business? What do you think we really need to take forward with us in order to address the consumers' needs and the changes?
Actually, everybody is asking for the same question. What our new normal will look like
Yes.
Yeah, in the outcome of this Black Swan event. So during that time, we see that there are lots of terms. These are really important, like togetherness. We are seeing that people are at home, they are together with their loved ones, and then they have ability, they have chance, they have time to discover themselves.
Right.
They are discovering their ability. So maybe the DIY or re-DIY trends will be high, will be increasing, because people have time to discover their ability. But on the other end, for the business, it's for sure that no company will get through this alone.
Yeah.
That's why for the fashion players, for the industrial leaders, I think they need to share, they need to open their insights, their strategies to navigate this storm. It's a kind of thing that we all know that we are all in the same ship right now.
Right.
That's why we understand that we need to act together. And we are dealing with something that we cannot underestimate, or we cannot compete, or we cannot rebel. Because the event, the pandemic, doesn't distinguish any origin, country, city, man or
Right.
woman, young or old, poor or rich. It doesn't distinguish. So the most important outcome is we are all together in this industry, or we are all together in the world. So we need to act together. We need to stand together. This is one of the most important things. Of course, we have hope to discover. We have hope to recover. I'm seeing also lots of great news, according to especially the lists conscious fashion report. It says that consumer was shifting their mindset through sustainability. They were caring about first sustainable to first products and the radical transparency. Related to that one, according to the research with Google data, consumers are more searching for sustainability related terms.
Right.
They are more searching for organic, recycled, vegan, cruelty-free products, hemp, second-hand. They are searching for that stuff. So it is very promising, and it is very hopeful for me and for the industry also. Of course, we need to change our ways. I think we have the chance to create this change right now, because the consumption is in freeze position right now. Customers are in pause position right now. So I think this is the best time to change our ways. That's why we need to invent, we need to invest more to durable fabrics, to seasonless or seasonless designs, long-lasting products without any trend concern. So, and also I'm also reading some news that people are searching for the last forever items, and they are calling it investment items.
Yeah.
So I think denim is one of those. Denim is a kind of investment piece. It's a kind of cultural badge for us, for industry, for future, and for the past. So we have that chance with that cultural badge, and then we really know that a good pair of jeans, what does the value behind of the good pair of jeans? It's a kind of reminder for us. It's a kind of reminder for good old days.
Right.
So we have that chance, and then we can create stuff to share the customers. We can make the designs, sustainable designs that celebrates aging. We can create sustainable designs that celebrates aging, that celebrates the dirt, the stain, the tear on it. This is the denim itself.
Right.
So at least we are lucky that we have the canvas to create this ecosystem, also to create that environment. Aim or duty need to be creating this ecosystem and that environment. And one more thing, maybe during that time, we sadly experience that. We sadly see that we can impact anyone in the world faster and worse than we expected. We see it sadly during that experience, during that pandemic. So that's why we have responsibility to everyone, not only to our industry. We have responsibility to everyone. That's why we need to act like that. We need to create the stuff like that. We need to design like that. And then, as I told you at the beginning, I really tired of seeing the pictures of the trucks with full of textile waste. I really don't want to see them anymore. I really want to design or create any fabric for the landfill. That's why we were saying during we were launching Here for Good collection, we were saying that things we loved should last, and memories are not meant for the landfill. I think this is very critical.
Yes.
So we need to design, we need to decide our designs together with that aspect.
No, that's really well said. And like this is our time. It's a blank slate. We can start over and hit the reset button. And I think, you know, what you're doing and what Orta's working on is really amazing. And we need to, you know, go forward together without a doubt. So
yes, together. Yeah,
yes.
Together. We need to stand together. It is very important also.
So thanks for your time today. It was so great to catch up. I miss seeing you.
It was really good for me also.
And I'm sure we'll be in touch soon, you know, through all the social media channels. But thanks for joining us today and giving us your input. And
thank you very much,
signing off
Tricia.
here with our little mini jean. So,
all
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.